This passage takes place in Macbeth's castle after Macbeth announced that his plans on committing regicide wouldn't proceed. Here, Lady Macbeth scolds him and calls him unmanly for not following through. She also claims that she's more of a man than him by saying she would kill her own child. In this passage, we learn even more about Lady Macbeth's want for nobility and higher power. We also learn that Macbeth is dealing with the internal conflict on whether to kill the king or not. When looking at the diction for this passage, I found the word beast, and this means a scary, strong, evil, and troublesome animal. I thought that it was a metaphor for Macbeth's doubt and fear, and maybe it was like an animal that scared him out of breaking his promise. I also found the word enterprise. This means an undertaking, especially a bold or difficult one, a business activity undertaken with an economic or commercial end in view. This shows that this undertaking, which is killing the king, will have economic consequences for both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. She also hints at the financial benefit of Macbeth becoming king. I also found the word man. It's a recurring term in the passage. Some characteristics of men are strong, leader, worthy, confident, and brave. Lady Macbeth is seen as the man in this relationship. She suggests that since Macbeth backed out, he isn't a man anymore. The term durst, it means dared, and Lady Macbeth is criticizing Macbeth because in her eyes, a man is only a man if he dares. If he stops daring, he's no longer a man. The term fitness was used when Lady Macbeth was describing that everything, including the time and place, were fitting well for them to kill King Duncan. The term unmake was used to show an image of Macbeth being broken to pieces. Lady Macbeth thought he shouldn't be worrying. Later on in the passage, the words tender love and babe are used. They suggest that Lady Macbeth can be a loving mother. The words smile and boneless gums show the innocence of a child. This means that the child would be defenseless. At the end of the passage, the words plucked and dashed are used, and they're violent terms. They contrast the image of a loving mother with the fact that if she promised to commit regicide, she would follow through and kill her own innocent child. Syntax and structure. Here we see there is a rhetorical and periodic question. Independent, independent. Between then and that, there's a pause to signify that the beast is an independent variable. She has a choice of rearranging you are a man when you durst do it. This gives off more suspense. She also has a choice of rearranging, but the first half of line 56 is more effective if inverted. Here we can see that flowery speech was used. But then, there's suddenly morbid speech. The end of the conversation is in an "I'm done with you" tone. "What animal were you when you told me you wanted to do this?" He's not a man now, but was when he wasn't having doubts. Macbeth is not a real man. He would be if he kills King Duncan. Now that the time is right, he doesn't want to kill the king. Illustration is used to prove that Lady Macbeth is more manly than Macbeth. She'd rather kill her own baby than go back on a promise. Sight makes you imagine what's happening. Emphasizing that Macbeth can't change his mind is important and has to be done. It shows how Lady Macbeth wants Macbeth to go and complete the task and kill the king. Throughout the length of this passage, Lady Macbeth calls Macbeth a coward, but never actually uses the word coward. She says that he's not a real man because he feels guilty about killing King Duncan. Figurative imagery. A beast is seen as evil, so breaking this promise to her is the same as falling into the hands of evil. An animal is opposed to human, evil and dangerous, inhuman, cruel, violent, deprived person, without morals, animal instinct only. Man, a reoccurring term, means strong, loyal, brave, important, caregiver, authority. Here, we can see the difference between positive and negative. The elements in this passage work together to build a central theme of ambition. Ambition is a strong desire to achieve a goal. Lady Macbeth's ambition is the strongest in this passage. She works to build Macbeth's desire to kill the king because it's wavering. Lady Macbeth shows just how far she's willing to go to gain higher power. Later in the play, Macbeth's ambition grows while Lady Macbeth's ambition recedes.